Well, in 2019, that was the year I turned 40, I decided that it would be fun to try a sprint triathlon with my twin sister Katie, who'd already done quite a few by that point. So she was very much a pro. I was very much a novice. So up until that point, I had only ever swum in swimming pools. So a few days before the triathlon, I did an induction at my local lake, which was probably only about 15 minutes long. So that was my only open water swimming before the event. So on the day, it was quite a shock to find out that lakes are very different to swimming pools. So it's definitely the kind of thing that takes practice. If you can get past the strange sensation of not having great visibility, probably swimming with reeds and potentially ducks and things, if you can get past that, then I highly recommend it, but it is something that definitely takes a little bit of practice. So top tip number one is preparation and kit. Making sure that you have the kit that you need for the swim is absolutely essential. So in terms of the fundamental elements, you need your high visibility swimming hat and your high visibility toe float. So the toe float will just clip around your waist, float along behind you, but it will just give you complete peace of mind that if you need to rest or just take a little break, you can float on it whenever you need to. The other essential items would obviously be your swimming costume and or wetsuit, depending on your tolerance for cold water, and then you've got your goggles as well. If you're someone who wants to swim during the colder months and you need a few more layers, that's absolutely fine. You can basically add in whatever you want to. So you've got the option of putting a rash vest underneath your wetsuit. You can also get neoprene swimming hats that will go underneath your colourful hat, and also socks and gloves as well. One thing you need to think about also is, what are you going to wear after the swim? So something like a really fleecy bobble hat is brilliant, so that the heat that's escaping from your head can be caught and keep you nice and warm and cozy as soon as you get out of the water. And bringing a hot drink with you or having a hot drink straight away is also really helpful. Top tip number two for people who are new to open water swimming is location. So really think carefully about the water that you're going to be getting into. Always choose somewhere that's an official open water swimming location. And if you're going to be going to the beach, always make sure there's a lifeguard there, and ideally have somebody with you. So my third top tip for people who are new to open water swimming is to listen to your body and be flexible in terms of your plans. So you may enter the water with a very set idea of the distance you want to achieve, how long you want to spend in the water, but when you're not in a pool, when you're out in the elements, the conditions are subject to change and can change really quickly. So obviously you've got the water temperature to contend with, the air temperature, the wind speed, the surface conditions, there may be currents as well. All of those things can really affect your levels of fatigue. So my advice would be to constantly evaluate, how do you feel? Have I swum enough? And is it time to get out now? I'd say in terms of this question, it's really up to you. It depends on what you enjoy. Any kind of cardiovascular exercise, anything that raises your heart rate, from a brisk walk to running a marathon, will improve your overall cardiovascular strength, and that's going to improve your swimming. I'm a big fan of triathlon. I say a big fan, I've done a grand total of 3 of them. So in addition to the swimming, I do enjoy going out on my bike, and I really enjoy the running as well, although I tend to keep it to fairly short distances. The one thing that I've found personally that has really helped improve my open water swimming is just by going more often. So at first I found it not intimidating, but it was a challenge. It was a real challenge to get into it because it was cold. It was so different from a pool. There's no lane barriers. There's no end of the pool to hang on to. You can't touch the floor. So it's, in terms of the mental strength needed, it's really different. It's quite a lot to contend with. But going more often just really helped me improve. It really built my confidence. I went out in different temperatures, different weathers as well, just to practice more and more. And actually, just by going more often has definitely helped me to become a better open water swimmer. I think I've probably got two highlights. The first highlight was the triathlon I did this year. I did a Dorney Lake sprint triathlon with my twin sister Katie, who's just an amazing training partner and all-round wonderful person, and I love taking part with her. So that's always a highlight. But I was particularly pleased with the swimming leg because the two previous triathlons I've done, I found the swim leg really difficult, but this time I was able to swim front crawl the whole way. I didn't panic in terms of my breathing. Everything went really smoothly. So actually just completing a successful swim leg, 750 meters in open water, was a really big personal achievement for me. The second thing I think has got to be the swim serpentine event that I did last weekend. So that was a 2-mile swim and you do 2 laps of the serpentine. I'd had physio on both shoulders recently because I think I'd probably been doing a little bit too much too soon, trying to increase my distances a bit too much, I think. So I was thinking I would probably have to swim breaststroke for some of it, if not all of it. But I was able to swim front crawl for, I'd say, 99% of the event, and I was really, really chuffed with that. So I definitely have 2 products that are my favorites. The first is the pink toe donut, which is amazing. It's got that waterproof pouch in the middle that I can put my phone in and my car keys as well. I would usually put the phone and the car keys into one of the little waterproof phone bags as well, just for an added layer of protection, an added layer of peace of mind, and it always works an absolute treat. I like the toe donuts because they're not the biggest products, so they're easy to deflate and to package up and carry around. But when they are inflated, they're actually a really decent size to still rest on, should you need it. The second product that I absolutely love is the Wild Swimming Bag, because not only does it inflate into a really brilliant sized toe float, it's got the rucksack straps that you can detach and put inside when you need to inflate it. So I did the Swim Serpentine event recently. I put all of my kit into the Wild Swimming Bag. I wore it as a rucksack. And then when I was ready to swim, I just put the straps inside. I also used the Swim Secure waterproof bum bag as well, which was fantastic because when I was traveling, I could put my phone, my car keys, my credit card, my train ticket, it all went into the bum bag, and then that went into the toe float when I was swimming as well, so that I didn't have to leave my valuables in the bag drop. So those would definitely be my 2 favorite products.